Sniping is the playstyle I enjoy most in extraction shooters. Unlike games like Call of Duty, where speed and reflexes win, or milsims like Arma, where realism slows everything to a crawl, sniping in extraction shooters sits in between. It's tactical, high stakes, and deeply engaging. Every decision matters long before you pull the trigger. You drop into the raid with your own gear. You fight, loot, and if you survive, you extract. Whatever you bring out, you keep. But if you die, you lose everything. No respawns, no second chances. That tension changes how you play. What rifle do you bring? Bolt action or semi-auto? Do you wear armor? It might protect you, but it's expensive and slows you down. Or do you go light? Faster, quieter, but one mistake and you're dead. From the pistol you bring to the rations you consume, every choice shapes how you play. And as a sniper, we don't want the enemy to even know we exist. Everyone starts with a map. That's the baseline. That alone tells you where people will go. High loot zones, choke points, extract routes. But from the moment you spawn, the real game begins. A war of information. Everything a player does leaves traces. Gunshots in the distance, looted containers, open doors, and of course, dead bodies. These are all potential signals of enemy presence. A safe being opened, dead. Walking too loud, dead. Even your heat signature can give you away. Your goal as a sniper is to collect as much information while giving away as little as possible. Every step makes a sound, your shoes hitting the pavement, or trees rustling from your movements. You scope in, that makes a sound. Eating, sound. We avoid scavs, routing our path to stay hidden. If we loot, we close the containers. Minimize our information trail while observing others. As I moved closer to Cable Car Station, one of the high loot zones, I noticed an open door, a signal that someone might have gone through there. Shots inside the main building confirmed my initial suspicion. Now I am certain that someone is inside. Once you have information asymmetry, the next step is simple. Remain unseen and position yourself to intercept them. I know where they came from, due to the door. I know where they are, due to gunshots. The highest likelihood path that they will take will be to leave the area through that bridge, a choke point. Exactly the same situation, but a different position. This is a rinse and repeat process. I heard shots, so I know that someone is at communication station. The issue is that I don't know where they came from or where they will go, but I can play the odds. There are 3 ways for them to go: west, east, or south. I have to assume a neutral bias and find a high leverage position. This high ground gives you a 66% chance of spotting the enemy on exit. Although the visibility from high ground is a major advantage, if you can see them, they can see you. That's where silhouetting becomes a threat, exposing your outline against a bright background like the sky. To mitigate this, we move all the way to the edge of the rock so that the terrain of the rock is higher than us, reducing the contrast of our outline. The enemy started moving south, but we don't get a clean shot. It's tempting to get trigger happy in a situation like this, but you have to remember that you are in a power position and have the luxury of time to take the perfect shot. No quick movements, just observe through sound alone. Another position on high ground, on the side of a cliff with a mountain behind me, perfectly camouflaged into the mountainside. A signal to confirm enemy presence and a visual confirmation. Wait for the perfect opportunity and shoot. Sometimes, even with the advantage of information and positioning, you miss. And when that happens, you reposition fast. I'm at a disadvantage, need to bounce. Your shot gave away your location. In this case, they're inside cam services. They know that my last known position was southwest of their building. From here, they'll likely rotate either east towards hotel or north. I move to intercept, repositioning to the north side of southwest camp, but just like before, I don't take the high cliff. High ground is risky when silhouetted, so I drop slightly lower where the rock face blocks my outline. Better concealment, same field of view. And here's the thing, you don't need to fire a shot to know when it's time to reposition. While moving, I cause the tree to rustle. Footsteps, close to the left. If I heard them, they heard me. No hesitation, I back off, low at first to gain distance, then fast. Once I'm clear, I rotate, wide. Different angle, new approach. Repositioning is about resetting the fight on your terms. But sometimes you get comfortable. You think you're safe. Not rotating, exposed in plain sight. Oh my god. I broke my own rule and nearly paid for it. I was saved due to my thermal scope, but that's a crutch you don't want to rely on. After all, the biggest disadvantage of it is that you have tunnel vision. My surroundings might as well not exist to me. All I see is what's inside the scope. Kind of like right here. While I was observing the sky bridge and hotel, expecting a player that was inside to move across it, I wasn't aware of my surroundings, only noticing a player that was moving across due to the sound he was making. Tunnel vision doesn't just describe your mindset, it's literal. Human vision is designed for wide area scanning. The center of our vision, about 2 degrees, is called the fovea. It's packed with cone cells. These handle detail, color, and clarity, perfect for reading or, in our case, lining up a precise shot. But everything outside that narrow cone, that's your peripheral vision. It's dominated by rod cells. They don't see color well, they're not sharp, but they're extremely sensitive to contrast, low light, and most importantly, motion. And that's your real detection system. When you're scanning for movement, you're not aiming down sights. You're watching the world with soft focus. Let your periphery do the work. Only after you detect motion do you bring up the scope, confirm the shape, and take the shot. Don't believe me? Check how fast I managed to spot the movement of the enemy. Honestly, I impressed myself with this one. Let's put a timer on it and see how fast that actually was from the moment there was a movement in a pixel to my reaction time. 1 second and 12 milliseconds to detect movement using my peripheral vision. How far away was the target? 162 meters away. Right now, I'm in a strong position. Good view of cam services, tree, cover to the right. And if anyone flanks, I'll hear them first. But the real reason I stay? Bait. The body I just dropped is perfect bait. Looting it immediately would be a death sentence. Someone definitely heard the shot. We still have time on the clock. Plenty of players are rotating across the map. And sure enough, someone takes the bait. Do I loot now? No. We wait again. See if anyone reacts to that kill. But I got a little greedy. The loot was too good to resist. That golden M4 kinda ruins the immersion though. Now comes the hard part. Extraction. My closest exit is Access Bridge. But it's also the most dangerous. So what's the plan? Find a nearby hiding spot. Let time do the work. As the clock ticks down, it becomes a waste of time for campers to stick around. 3 minutes left, I move in. Could have waited longer, but I made it. Oh yeah, very nice. At the start of this video, we said that every player starts with the same baseline of information, the map. So what does it actually look like to use that information efficiently? There's one high leverage location, the bridge in the center. Why is it so important? It's a choke point, connecting east and west sides. It has a safe right in the middle, and in the final 15 minutes of the raid, it becomes an extract. And most importantly, it has almost no cover. I think you can tell where this is going. All we have to do is get a good angle on this bridge. Blending into the mountainside is perfect. Then we observe and wait for people to show up. Observing people from afar gives you a strange feeling. You see their every move, but they don't even know you exist. But even with every advantage, positioning, concealment, surprise, things go wrong. A single ricochet off a helmet can throw everything off. That's why you have to stay calm and not panic. This brings us to this last raid, where everything we've talked about comes into play. I start off scouting a high loot zone and hear shots, confirming enemy presence. I spot the enemy going into the main building. But miss my shot. Right away, I reposition since my location is compromised and move to a point where I could see them leaving camp services. I hear another shot, northwest. And then another. But this time, a little to the right. Enemy is moving from left to right, probably towards hotel. Using my peripheral vision, I spot movement on the road. They are indeed moving towards hotel, but I don't have time to line up a shot, so I trail them. I no longer have a visual on them, they probably went into hotel. I'm at a disadvantage if I follow directly behind them. Instead, I can intercept them as they are moving. This spot right here is perfect to see movement from building C into building D. They are moving across. Another shot. Another miss. This was rushed, since the opportunity to kill was so short. They didn't turn back and went into Building D. Time to reposition again. Now we have a visual of the south exit from Building D. But I hear more shots, further down in hotel. I know where he came into the building from, the south side. But the shots I heard are more up north, possibly even Building A. Reposition again for the east exit this time. As I'm getting closer, I hear steps. Now we need to stay calm and not give away our position too early. There he is. 2 hits, 1 miss. Don't panic. Dead. It's late in the raid, so unlikely that there are more players nearby. It's time to loot. Less than 10 minutes left in raid. The access bridge exit is open, but we can't blindly run for it. We need to make sure there aren't any other players waiting for us. The cliffside seems clear. Now, I have to pay attention to the north side and transition to a close range weapon as we start going for the exit. We made it. I think this one raid shows the beauty of sniping in extraction shooters. From positioning to information asymmetry to trailing your enemy to intercept them at the last second.